And welcome. If you're new to the channel, come on in and we're going to begin. So, I hope you read the community section for the materials you'll need. And hey, we're not about perfection here. I even had to pivot and do some stuff, but it's all good, man. We'll make it work. So, if you don't have any like thing to represent air, like sage or Palo Santos or rose or anything like that, then the candle ops can represent all four elements if you want to know the truth. So even if you just have a candle, that'll work. And if you don't have anything, that's okay because you're going to feel that magic come through the screen. So you can just visualize and use my crystals. So we're going to start with my Palo Santos. We're going to start with air and fire. Y'all know I love the elements. I even have one of my read that has a lot of the element placements. I just gravitate to them. You know, they do represent the human aspect, physical, mental, fire, passion, pretty well. So I'm just cleansing the space. I hope today has found you well. I hope all is good with you all. And I forgot to tell you to bring some pen and paper. So if you got pen and paper, grab it. If not, it's okay. This will still work without it. You can just mentally say it or verbally say it. I'm going to grab my candle and light it. And as I'm lighting it, I want y'all to say, I release what's heavy and welcome what's steady for this Capricorn strawberry full moon. Now that we've cleansed the space and set our intention to release, we released, I want you to grab that paper or mentally or verbally say 1 to 3 things that, man, you would just like to get out of your space. Maybe you've been working on it a while. Maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe it's a thought. But, you know, allow yourself 1 to 3 things that you want to release. For me, it's playing small, you know, holding back, fears, you know, a lot of fears and just worries, just kind of letting it all go because that is misalignment. That's just wrong thinking. That's lack mentality, worthiness. You know, that it falls under that umbrella. So we don't want that. We want to pivot and we want to let all that go. Okay, it's been a good month. You could find anything good if you look hard enough. I'm a silver lining kind of girl. That's how I've made it this far. So after we've done that, we're going to grab a crystal. Now, for me, I've got my unicorn dragon. She's made out of 4 crystals, different types of crystals. I'm using it mainly for the smoky quartz. It's very grounding, very protective energy. And I want you to grab your crystal and hold it in your hand and really visualize that energy radiating from that crystal into your center, protecting you, grounding you, anchoring in. Oh, thank you, Dylan. That was Dylan blowing out the candle. He doesn't like candles on for whatever reason. So sorry about that. Like I told you, we don't do perfection here. So visualizing that grounding, serene energy, and if you have still a little tension, you can just let that go. Just let it flow, dissolve into the Mother Gaia. She provides all. And it's okay to hold that crystal and just feel where you're tight or tense. Kind of let that go. Feel really grounded. Know that Spirit has your back. I'm going to relight this candle. And last but not least, it's not really last or least, grab that beverage. And I want you to raise your glass and celebrate with me that having a good month, doing the wins, your goals, mastering, victory, completion, fullness. Full moons are about releasing, and Capricorn is about getting the shit done. Business, you know? So we definitely want to anchor in those intentions, but I want you for tonight, I want you to raise your glass and cheers. Here's to a good moon cycle. Be grateful for everything you've achieved. You showed up. Grateful we are the embodiment of victory. And what does that feel like? To win, be successful, to master a goal, to just simply just feel good in your own body, in your own mind, in your own direction in life. Maybe you're a helper, maybe you help people. Maybe you're really good at savings. Maybe you just made somebody happy and laugh today, right? There's not enough of that, for sure. And so I'm going to put on, if you can hear it in the background, I've got my synth 80s music, space music going. I will put a link in the descriptive box, or it'll be in the video at the beginning of the video link, that if you want to follow along musically, I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do to set the mood vibe. And just wanted to need a little bit about me and why this channel started. That's really reason why I did it. I healed with the tarot, and I wanted to give back. And I just fell in love with the tarot, and then the rituals just came naturally to me. So it must have been some kind of something in a past life, herbalist or something. I really gravitate to crystals, and it just brings me joy. So I'm glad you was able to join me tonight. I'm also in the works. I've got if you like journaling, I'm going to leave you the journal prompt. What's one habit, what's one action you can do to anchor in this full moon's Capricorn energy? What's one action step you can do to master the direction you want to go? Maybe it's going to bed a little earlier, right? Maybe you've been a little tired lately. Maybe you want to drop a few pounds. Maybe you want to do some meal prepping. Just, along those lines. Things that's going to take you to your highest good. So I'm very thankful for those who have donated. And if you feel led to donate and like my energy, the rituals, just the channel, then the link will be in the descriptive box as well. I really appreciate it. You can like, share, and comment. It's just being a part of the energy, part of the tribe, keeps the stars, the glow in the stars, so to speak. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I do have a new lunar workbook. So if you're interested in that, if you like to journal, I have made a Green Tara and Gaia. I work with those two deities often. So very compassionate, very grounding energies. And this one's all more about journaling. So that will be in the descriptive box too. It's $11.11. It's a digital ebook, but you can download it and print it. So I kept the costs low, the overhead low, so I could give it to you low. It's very beautiful. I think it's beautiful. You'll get to know yourself better, and these deities as well, and I hope they're useful for you as well. I do have some more coming up. I do have a lunar one. I'm Starlight Skies branding, where it's more ritual based for the moon cycles. So I give you a little bit of both, one journaling and one ritual. So that one is coming out very, very soon. But we do have one available. So if you're interested in that, you know the drill. And I'm just going to give you a few minutes of this meditative music so you can kind of ground in the energy tonight. Be proud of yourself, showing up for yourself. I'm going to go over here and check to see if I can see comments. I'm sorry, I can't see them on my phone, so I have to pull it up on my computer. But I'm going to leave you with your journal prompt on things you want to release and things you want to work on. What's an action step? And it doesn't have to be big, you know. So I think that's where it trips a lot of people up. A lot of people are on all or nothing. And that's, you know, I was a procrastinator, get overwhelmed easily, naturally. I've got level 3 autism on my plate with my son, so I'm very hypervigilant. So that's why I love the grounding, the breath work, the journaling. It grounds me and keeps me where I need to be. So I'm going to leave you with some music, and then I'll come and let you guys close out. But yeah, just hang, chill, drink your drink, journal. Another reason why I wanted to do this brand as well is for the busy woman who has too much on her plate but doesn't want to give up on herself. So I bring you luxury, time-saving luxury is what I bring you for the everyday mom. I do have a freebie. If you're interested in my work, there is a freebie. I will be sure to list that in the descriptive box. It just gives you a little sample taste of a little bit of my morning ritual and kind of guide you through some recipe, a good slow cooker. I'm about health and wellness, and about, pampering, self-care. So there's just a little bit of flavor. Go check it out. I think it's like 3 to 5 pages. And I'm into the red light, so I kind of just give you a little schedule in there of how to get back to yourself and doable bite-sized chunks. Like I said, I'm not an all or nothing, or I would have not made it this far. And believe me, when you start gaining traction, then then it just snowballs after that. But you have to show up. That's what I've always told my son. Even if we just do a half a day's programming, or I call it percent. If we just show up 40%, then we've won. It's when you just quit and you don't want to do anything, then you're just already, by your fault alone, you don't believe in yourself. So no, I'm about one proof that I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I know the answer lies within. And I do shadow work here on this channel too. And I do have a manifesting channel, and I'm getting ready to do a 5-day free beginner manifesting channel using Ellen Whitehurst feng shui tips paired with Florence Shin Universal Manifesting Law. And people are, she uses a lot of the Christ consciousness in her work, a lot of church wording, so you'll love her. And honestly, I gotta be honest, when I put my heart and soul and focused, you gotta focus and do the work. When I did it, man, I manifested some good things, some really, really good things. But it took, for some people, it's a little easier flow to manifest because they have less blocks and they're in alignment. That's all it is. And for some of us who have more trauma-based or a little more of a struggle, then we have to learn. Different mindset patterns, different self-talk, different way of looking at things. Why did it show up in my world? What's it trying to teach me? Because you do attract on your frequency. So, and everyone's learning. I don't think mistakes should be, don't be so hard on yourself. We've all been there. You just pick yourself up and you learn and you move on. Now, the only mistake is if you don't learn from it, you keep in that stuck cycle. Then that's not good. But I just wanted to bring what's helped me stay in the game, because I know I'm not the only one who has something on their plate that makes life a little more challenging than the average Joe. And we all have a cross to bear. I'm definitely not saying that we don't, because even people with a lot of money, they still got problems too, right? So, very true. But I'm going to leave the music on for a little bit longer, but that's the idea behind the ebooks, to help people. I believe in helping people. I believe in the more we help ourselves and ascend, that's how we help the planet. And yes, I do have shadows and I do have blocks I have to work on as well. But there's such a thing as and we're seeing that now. And I gotta trust the process, but it's heartbreaking at the same time, sad, frustrated, going through all that emotions. If you've had friendships kind of fizzle out, or family issues, or seeing people for who they really are rather than what you hope they are. Sometimes that feels like Lucy in the football. You know, that's how I survived a lot of my childhood, was a lot of fantasy thinking. I dissociated really well. Um, Interesting fun fact, it's not a fun fact, but women who have been attacked are more likely to get attacked again, because most women, if somebody's following them and they run, they run. Women who's been in trauma before, their nervous systems just shut down and they don't run. It's really wild because they've learned to dissociate. Okay, some woman hears the footsteps, another woman just automatically goes right into the trauma and disassociates. And I thought, wow, that's very powerful. Yeah, so I've been watching material as shadow surfaces to remedy that, because I came here to do good things, good works, and the only way I can do it if I live it and I speak it and can share it with you guys. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and just hang out with me, enjoy the candle, enjoy the music, and then I will close the circle. Hey, Dylan says it's time to wrap it up. So thank you very much for being here. And like I said, if you like this energy and style, thank you very much for donating. Just giving me your time, your energy, your comments, your love, your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscription, subbing. It's all good. Hey, and be sure you keep up on the community section. I'll be posting deets in there for upcoming things, and I do give sample pages, so there is some sample pages of my work in addition to the freebie. So I'll be sure to close this out and put the links in there. You might want to give me till tomorrow to get the links in there, but be sure to come back and get your freebie and go check out them Gaia Green Tara free journal prompt for you. Go ahead and use it for this moon cycle. This is Natalie saying stay grounded, stay electric, and I'll see you guys next time under the starlight skies. And Dylan says bye too. Bye.